Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Rhyme of the Times for the week ending 11th of May 2024. Swinney wins without opposition and presents his vision and mission without a Green coalition. In England, another politician makes a shock decision that is greeted with some derision on both sides of the political division. In Manhattan, Trump displays a sullen disposition throughout a stormy courtroom exhibition containing few inhibitions. Nemo claims first position at a turbulent Eurovision. On Monday, John Swinney grabbed the poisoned chalice in a spirit of inclusion and an absence of malice, and he showed that the SNP church is so broad it can afford to absorb the likes of Kate Forbes. In fact, she will be Scotland's Deputy First Minister, getting some SNP parliamentarians in a stir, and her appointment has caused some Greens to shiver over just what she might be about to deliver. The SNP will require some political contortion to accommodate her views on such things as abortion. Swinney may have his work cut out to defend her, but it seems that he's intending to send a message that he wants a new style and agenda, less adversarial, more collaborative and tender, more about transforming, less about transgender. Child poverty and health front and centre. Humza Yousaf had been propped up by the Greens, probably the end justifying the means. He said he'd tried to make principled decisions on net zero targets and gender transition. But that's not the view of most opposition, and the Green coalition became a collision. Booting the Greens out of the Boot House Agreement achieved nothing like the outcome that he meant. Now, John Swinney has decided that the SNP will revert to governing as a minority. South of the border, Rishi's problems pile up. It's probably not his style to try and style up. Forget style, there's no substitute for substance, and he would say he has substance in abundance. But substance ain't sexy, substance ain't pizzazz, and he isn't pulling in punters whatever he has. Natalie Elphick and Rishi weren't joined at the hip, but generally she supported his premiership. But on Wednesday, the Tory MP jumped ship, the second in 2 weeks to do a Labour-Tory flip. It appears that Tory turncoat Natalie had had some massive epiphany latterly. Suddenly, she's swamping Sir Keir with flattery after escaping the Tory menagerie. But for many, her words seem rather hollow. Her reasons for flipping hard to swallow. She was regarded as right-wing, but now she's left. Of loyalty and consistency she appears bereft. One more to quit this week as a Tory MP, Sunak's former Chancellor Nadhim Zahawi. The way Elphick swapped sides was like a cruel ruse, crossing the House just before PMQs. Sir Keir was gloating, but his team looked glum. Elphick's defection clearly had most of them stunned. In fact, it was hard to work out who was hurt more by Elphick's leap of faith across the Commons floor. Certainly an unexpected crossing over made many of her constituents pretty cross in Dover. Rishi may have been hurt, while Starmer had to calm many of his own party who were quite alarmed. He had to exercise uncharacteristic charm to explain why he appeared to have no qualms about welcoming into Labour with open arms a woman who recently wished them only harm. In a New York court this week, a woman so chesty gave tasty testimony that got Trump testy. Stormy's account of her meeting with Trump caused a storm, no doubt helped by her having a career in porn. Defence lawyers tried to douse her words with scorn as the jury started to reach for the popcorn, while public opinion was predictably torn. But experts viewed the testimony as mere corn. Tittle-tattle that's not relevant to this trial, though there's no doubt it elicited the odd smile. No, this trial's about hush money that was paid in 2016 because Trump's team was afraid his presidential bid might not have ended well if Ms. Daniels had decided to kiss and tell. And his 2024 bid could again be hamstrung by that same stormy night and Trump's subsequent bung. In US universities, from campus to campus, there were increasing numbers of unhappy campers. Unhappy they can't get Netanyahu to decide to end what they consider to be genocide. And things have got tense with the erection of the tents as Jewish students get scared and are taking offence. And now there have been hundreds of campus arrests as violence has infiltrated the uni protests. And spreading round the world in academia everywhere, there's a growing sense of uneasiness in the air. In England, Rishi told Vice-Chancellors on Thursday that they must protect each student in every way. All students must be free to express their views without fear of verbal or physical abuse. In Malmo this week, the Eurovision Song Contest also attracted pro-Palestinian protests. Not quite what they had intended in Sweden, as the event became all about Eden. Eden Golan was the inadvertent lightning rod that attracted to the streets the fervent mob. The 20-year-old sang for Israel. Some people booed, but the public vote revealed the majority mood. More points than all others let Golan reach the heights of a fifth-place finish on Saturday night. In first place we found Nemo from the Swiss nation, while the Dutch suffered last-minute disqualification for an unspecified backstage altercation.